Hello there. Thanks for tuning into Adjucana, the Advanced Racing Analysis. So I'm actually on my way right now to the IMSA race at Road America. Yeah, once again, I'm going to Road America. And right now I'm actually at the rest stop somewhere between Michigan and Indiana. So somewhere between Michigan and close to the border of Indiana. So yeah. Okay, so but I'm not here to talk about IMSA or IndyCar right now. I'm here to talk about Formula One. So Formula One, about the British Grand Prix coming up. Yeah, too bad they won't have a race in the US. But okay, so Sergio Perez is out and Nico Hulkenberg is in. It's ironic if he were to get a podium right now. So right when he's out of F1, he comes back to get a podium. So, but he has a pretty good chance of getting a podium. This is the Racing Point's home Grand Prix, so I'm sure they have some special updates plans, and I'm sure they are planning to have a podium here. They'll probably test that Silverstone, so they probably have good data on the racetrack, and yeah, so yeah, they could get a podium. But let's look at the contenders for that seat. Me personally, I wouldn't have went for Nico Hulkenberg. He's one of our favorite drivers, but I don't know. Okay, well, from a business standpoint, I would not have went for Nico Hulkenberg. From a personal standpoint, as a fan, from a fan's perspective, yes, Nico Hulkenberg, that's who I would have chose. But let's look at from the business standpoint, how I would have looked at it. So, the contenders, Esteban Gutierrez, he's had all his chances, so Haas could have score points. He never managed to score points with Haas, so he would have been out. Stoffel Van Dorn, Mercedes, he's a Mercedes reserve driver. They could have used him, but apparently he had some commitments for Formula E. So he could have been in if they really wanted him to be in. I'm sure Toto Wolff, if he wanted him, he would have made sure he's in. And yeah, so he didn't. But my personal favorite would have been George Russell from Williams. That would give him a perfect chance to showcase his skills. Because right now, so that's 3 years. So last year, this year, and next year, he's supposed to still be at Williams. This year, he could get lucky and score some points, but we're not sure. Next year, they might get better, but we're not sure. But this would be the perfect opportunity to showcase him, especially since he's a part of the Mercedes program, to see what he's made of, what he could do. So that's the guy who I would have chose to. I would have pulled some strings, asked Toto Wolff, and put him in the car, and whatever the cost, I would have put him in the car and got someone else for either Stoffel Van Dorn or Esteban Gutierrez for Williams. That's who I would have chosen because he has the most upside, and that's the guy we need to see. We would like to see what he could do. So that's who I would chose. Well, but I'm sure they chose Nico Hulkenberg first for Racing Point. He has the most experience. He knows the team well. He's a pretty good driver. And he did show well against Daniel Ricciardo. So they figured he's hungry for podiums. He would like to come back to F1. Well, it's twisting a little bit. He would like to come back to F1. So I guess they chose him because of that. They feel they feel that Sergio Perez could have probably got a podium, and the closest thing to Sergio Perez is Nico Hulkenberg. So I assume that's why they chose him. But why would Mercedes be okay with that since they have three guys? They have two reserve drivers and one young driver in George Russell. Well, for Mercedes, if the Racing Point is good, it could become a buffer between them and Ferrari or Red Bull. So that's the reason why I see why Mercedes would be okay with Nico Hulkenberg being in the seat. If the car could score a podium, okay, Nico Hulkenberg is the most experienced guy who could jump in right away and do something, and if he's good, he could become a buffer he could cause trouble for Red Bull or even Ferrari if they were up to the pace. So that's my take on it. All right, so Lewis Hamilton has been struggling in the practices, but you know, my bet is still on Lewis Hamilton to win this race and the next race, or be at least in the podium, definitely. But chances are, my bet is still on him to still win it, and if he wins both races, he has pretty much an unsurmountable lead going to the next races. So he knows that, but Bottas knows that too, that he needs to finish ahead. Wherever Hamilton finishes, he needs to finish ahead of Hamilton. So, but we'll see what happens. But there's so many buts, but my bet is on Lewis Hamilton to win both races. All right, so what else is going on? Ferrari, hopefully they found some space. I don't know. But pretty much all Formula One teams, Silverstone is their home base, except for Ferrari and Toro Rosso, and I think Haas. Haas has a US base, quasi base, and the semi base in the US. But but except for those three teams, every other team, this is their home track. England is their home track. So yeah, but without fan, it could be different. I'm not sure. I don't think that should change much, but we'll see. But Lewis definitely thrived on the fan, so he did mention that it was a little different coming into the track without not seeing the fan, not seeing the atmosphere. So maybe that's what's causing him to not be on pace right now. But we'll see. I think he'll get over it and come up to the pace real quickly. All right, so this is the rest stop, and I'm sure you can see the trucks and all the other cars parked behind me. I hope let me see if you can give you a shot of the highway. Well, no car's going by right now, but weird. No car passing by the highway behind me. Yeah, so that's the highway behind me. So, all right, I'm about to get back in the car and get on the road. I might stop at Indiana, at the next rest stop in Indiana, and do a video from there on the on the IMSA race and go from there. So, all right, so I'll keep up on the Formula One, and yeah, thanks for watching.